Hey guys, it's Christy, and today I wanted to do a video on Read-A-Thon tip. I'm in the process of taking part in a Read-A-Thon right now, the casual J2 Read-A-Thon, or hashtag CRJ2, and it is being co-hosted, well, it was made up by Meg, and I will have her information down below, and also Katie, and I will have her information all down below, and also the YA reader, and I will have all of his information down below. While we were doing it, Katie was just like killing it. She was just a book read-a-thon champ, and I was like, oh my gosh, she should do a tip video. And then I was like, hey, I'm actually doing pretty good too. Maybe I should do a tips video too. So I'm gonna jump right in and give you a couple of my tips. Katie already has her video up, which I will have linked below. So my first tip would be to go to the library. What's better than free books? I mean, come on now. Go to the library, pick out a bunch of books so you have a whole bunch of options. Check out your library selection of books. It's great. It'll give you some ideas of what you want to read. Going along with that is, if you're starting to read a book and you're not into it, don't feel like you have to read it. It's okay to switch books. It's okay to read 50 pages in one book and then decide, I'm really not in the mood to read this right now. I'm gonna jump into a different book. Don't put pressure on yourself. I mean, especially this read-a-thon, it's the casual read-a-thon. Don't put pressure. Just read what you're in the mood to read, and if you start something and you're not in the mood for it, just switch it. No, like, who cares? It's not a big deal. And that goes along with my other tip of, like, don't get discouraged. If you feel like you're not hitting the goal, whatever goal you set, don't get discouraged with it. It's not a big deal. Any reading that you get done during the read-a-thon is reading that you get done. Any progress is progress. So just take it as it is. Be cool about it, you know? Another tip that I have would be to pick shorter books. So I've done quite a few read-a-thons, and this read-a-thon I picked, well, for my TBR I picked Outlander, which is a really thick book because I was in the mood to read it. By the time that the read-a-thon came around, I wasn't in the mood. So I went to the library and I picked out a whole bunch of books. I decided, let me pick a bunch of short books, because maybe seeing how much I finished, like, oh wow, I finished this book in a day. That's pretty cool. It really motivated me to want to keep going. So I just ended up reading a whole bunch of short books this time, but I want to say I'm on my 8th book now, and it doesn't matter. It's still 8 books, whether it's 150 pages or like 300 pages. It's still a book. So I'd suggest picking up some short books for read-a-thons. The last 2 read-a-thons I did, I read the same book because I was reading A Storm of Swords, which is over, I think it's over 1,000 pages. It took me forever, and I was getting discouraged, not because I didn't want to read the book, because I didn't, I was really enjoying it, but I was seeing everybody else, like, I was kind of comparing myself to other people. And yeah, this one finished 4 books, this one finished 5, and here I am finishing, what, 100 pages a day? It just made me get discouraged. So I found for myself it's better to pick shorter books and just, you know, go from there. My next tip going along with that is, don't compare yourself to others. Compare yourself to yourself. I mean, look at the last read-a-thon you did. Whatever your goal is, like, you know, try to up your goals. So say you do a books read goal, like, I want to read so many books. Okay, that's great. Say you do, I want to read so many pages a day. That's great. I want to read an average of so many pages a day. That's great. But however you do it, I would say consistently have your goal be the same. So have it be either books finished, number of pages per day, however you want to go about it. So don't compare yourself to other people, because maybe their goal is to read 500 pages a day, and that's just not like it's impossible for you because, you know, maybe you're working, you have kids to take care of. I don't know your situation, but I know my situation and I know what works for me. So just don't compare yourself to other people. And I'd have to say that my last and biggest tip is to participate in reading sprints. If the read-a-thon that you're taking part in has reading sprints, take advantage of it. It is a huge way to finish books or up your page goal. I mean, it's amazing. You also meet a bunch of new people doing sprints. I've met so many new people during this sprint through Twitter doing reading sprints. Like, who would have thought? And it's great to just help push each other and you know, tell like, hey, you are doing a great job. Like, go for it. This is awesome. I mean, I guess another little tip I would say is, you know, to base your goal on what you can feel like you can accomplish. I feel like I can accomplish an average of 100 pages a day. So that's what I'm going for. That's what I go for at every read-a-thon. And now this week I thought was going to be busy. It ended up not being busy. Hey, Rusty, I'm filming here, buddy. It ended up not being busy. So I had extra time to read. Now, I'm not sure how many pages I read during this read-a-thon, and you know, it doesn't really matter. But I'd like to reach my goal. And if reaching my goal is, I prefer to just pick a number of pages per day or an average of pages per day for my goal. I know a lot of other people, including Katie, like to pick how many books they read. That works for her. Awesome. Page count works for me. There you go. Those are my tips for having a good read-a-thon. Just don't put so much pressure on yourself. Have fun. Meet people. If you change your mind in the middle of a book, switch it. It's fine. Just have fun, guys. Just have fun. And with that said, there are a bunch more read-a-thons coming up. The TBR Takedown, Booktube-a-thon, the 7 and 7. I'm not going to participate in all of them, but I'm going to participate in some, and you'll see my wrap-ups here. So guys, I hope you enjoyed these, and I hope that you can use some of these tips on your own. I mean, that's the point of this video, is to help you guys. And I'm not saying I am the most amazing book, like, read-a-thon person. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying, like, here's some things that help me. Maybe you haven't thought of them, and maybe they'll help you too. If you have any reading tips for read-a-thons, guys, please leave them down below, or link, I believe, my Twitter down below. Link me your videos if you write a video on it, or your blog post if you write a blog post on it. My dog is going nuts right now, so clearly I'm going to finish this video. I'm sorry if the dog's barking was annoying. And also that my bed wasn't made because I kind of ran out of the house and just got home and need to get some stuff done. So guys, there's my video. I hope that it helps, and I will be back soon with another video. See you guys.